What's up, guys? Time to show off another build. This one going out to Kurt for Christmas present. We did a brass aged sand dollar. I think it came out pretty awesome. My wife's a big sand dollar fan, so I did a couple of them for her. And the one she did was, if you look through the page, it was done in silver and like a titanium background. So this one's done in acid etched and aged brass. And then I did this in a brushed case. This is a 18mm case. And then did the one that has a little bit of a kick out here for the crown guard. That actually aids in me using some of the larger bezels. So we have a fluted, like Rolex style bezel on here with a little 12 o'clock accent mark. You can turn this, but it's really tough because it sits so flush that to grab it you really have to kind of squeeze. So if you're actually trying to move that around, you can. It is can go either direction. Did a nice clean crown, nice clean solid case back, and then I also did a nice clean brushed preview buckle. And then this is on a two-piece super soft wrapped. You can see you've got your inlay inside here, wristband strap, and then did a set of silver Moldova hands in there, and it came out pretty phenomenal. So hopefully she likes it. You saw the bezel on this will move back and forth. It also has an automatic movement in here with a rotor that will go back and forth as you move. But if you're not going to be very active, you're going to want to make sure you wind it just a little bit. Otherwise, when you set your time, it might stop on you if you're not moving around enough and keeping that rotor moving. So what you'll do is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point, you can wind, and a wind is a turn that way, clockwise, as you're looking at it from the side. Turning it back towards you doesn't do anything, but it is a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and go back and forth. If you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, that mixed with your rotor movement will keep your time throughout the day. But if you do it for another 5-10 seconds, well, 4 or 5 seconds, not another 5 or 10, but 10-ish total, you're going to max out your 31+ hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. It has a slipping mainspring, so as you're moving around, it will keep your time. But as you are putting more to it, it is just dispersing that and not impacting your mainspring anymore. So you cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. When you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. It does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You'll also notice you've got a wobble crown. This deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, so when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressure on the keyless works or the movement. Okay, Google, what time is it? 2:49 p.m. Need to adjust this and adjust how I'm sitting. 2:49 p.m. And then push that back over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. And that is the build. As with every build, we do matching beads. Now you had a lot of cool colors in there, so wife did the best to get some of that matching color in there. This is going to come in a brown BVW Special Edition box. It's also going to come with watch cleaner. This is a foamer that's good on all glass and metal, so everything here in the center. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber. It's also going to come with leather conditioner to keep that strap perfectly soft. You'll probably never need it, but if you do, you just apply it probably on the back side. Let it soak in, remove any excess. A little bit will go a long way. Use a rag or something. Don't use one of your microfibers. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's like Polywatch. It's for your acrylic glass, because you can scratch that domed glass. If you do, you'll put a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of this on it, and you'll buff it out using your color matching microfiber. If the scratch is up and down, just go left and right, filling that scratch, buff it, haze it, and wipe it off. If it's still there, wait a little bit, let that solidify, and then do another pass. You're building that scratched area, kind of filling it back in. So that's the build. I hope she likes it, Kurt. I appreciate you a ton, man. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And that is the last sand dollar, so there's only had 2 of them. So any sand dollars in the future will not look exactly like that. It's a different process we do. That's from about 3 years ago. So if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.